The movie kicks off with Elise, the president's daughter, on a goodwill trip to Kazakhstan. You know, because nothing screams safe and relaxing trip like heading into rebel territory. Things take a turn for the worse when her convoy gets blocked by a suspiciously broken down car. Spoiler alert, it's not a flat tire, it's an ambush. The rebels unleash a storm of gunfire, and Elise ends up bolting into the forest. Guess she skipped the stay in the vehicle training. As she's catching her breath in the woods, Elise bumps into Ulrika, the leader of the rebel gang. And by bumps into, I mean Ulrika captures her faster than you can say bad day. Meanwhile, back at CIA HQ, Agent Mona Kendall gets a call that goes something like, "Hey, we lost the president's daughter." Mona watches a video of Ulrika demanding recognition as Kazakhstan's president and threatening to off Elise if anyone interferes. Great start, right? To make matters worse, Bobby, the office know-it-all, explains that Ulrika is a man-hating warlord with a soft spot for exactly one guy, her right-hand man, Grigory. Bobby's solution? An all-women rescue squad, because why not fight fire with fire? Mona handpicks a team of total badasses from prison, each with a rap sheet that would make any action hero jealous. First up, we've got Mei Lin, who could probably make a bomb out of paper clips and chewing gum. Then there's Kat Morgan, a sniper so precise she could shoot the wings off a mosquito. Cassandra Clay, an ex-Special Forces commander, joins the mix along with Raven, an assassin who's basically a ninja in street clothes. Mona lays down the rules. No backup, no second chances, but hey, if they pull it off, they're free to go. Clay asks when they're leaving, and Mona casually drops, "Oh, you're already on the plane? Surprise field trip, anyone?" When they land, the team gets a makeover with local clothes and some high-tech GPS trackers implanted under their skin. Because who wouldn't want a little cyborg action? Disguised as villagers, they hop into a car with a local driver. But their undercover vibes don't last long. They hit a checkpoint where one of Ulrika's goons decides he's entitled to some entertainment. Big mistake, buddy. Clay shuts him down with a 1-2 punch, and the situation escalates faster than a cat video on the internet. The women handle the squad of rebels like pros, with Kat even sniping a guy trying to run for it. And just like that, they're on foot because their driver is, well, permanently out of commission. The crew makes it to a small village where they meet Lexi, a scrappy little kid with more street smarts than half the CIA. Lexi tells them about a weapons truck heading to Ulrika's fortress, the Citadel, and offers to help if they promise to take her to America. Honestly, Lexi is giving off serious future spy movie protagonist vibes. When the truck rolls into town, the team gets to work. Clay pops a tire with sniper-like precision. Mei Lin whips up a smokescreen, and they take control of the vehicle. Inside, they find 2 massive missiles because nothing says welcome gift like weapons of mass destruction. Using the truck as their Trojan horse, they roll up to the Citadel and waltz right in, pretending to be arms dealers. Inside the fortress, Clay works her charm on Ulrika, offering Mei Lin as the daughter of a wealthy businessman to sweeten the deal. Ulrika, who apparently can't resist a good ransom opportunity, falls for it. Meanwhile, Kat sneaks off to find Elise, seducing a guard along the way. Talk about multitasking. Clay, never one to miss an opening, knocks Ulrika out cold with a serving tray. Who knew kitchenware could double as a weapon? Raven, on the other hand, is outside securing their getaway ride. She stumbles upon 2 rebels playing cards, but is rudely interrupted by Grigory. Thinking on her feet, Raven pulls out her hidden gun, takes down the card players, and squares off with Grigory like she's auditioning for the next John Wick movie. So after putting her skills on full display, Grigory makes Raven a tempting offer. Ditch her team, join the rebels, and rake in some serious cash. Tempting, right? But wait, it gets better or worse depending on your perspective. While that's brewing, Kat manages to pull off a daring rescue, freeing Elise from her prison cell. With Elise in tow, Kat reunites with Clay and Mei Lin, and they all head outside to meet Raven. Raven, being her usual resourceful self, has already scouted out an escape vehicle. Just when it looks like they might catch a break, BM, plot twist. Raven flips the script, attacks Mei Lin, and pulls a gun on the group. Turns out, she's Team Ulrika now. Talk about trust issues, but Mei Lin isn't one to be outdone. In the most MacGyver move ever, she whips out a bomb made from, get this, a button from her shirt. Seriously, who carries explosive buttons? She tosses it at Raven, causing an explosion that sets off a wild firefight. Amid the chaos, Clay gets Elise out of the line of fire, but their escape hits a snag when they're cornered on a rooftop. Their only option? Jump onto a truck below. Elise hesitates, and before she can make the leap, Ulrika shoots Clay, sending her tumbling onto the moving truck. Ouch! Clay survives the fall, because of course she does, but Elise is captured again and dragged back to the Citadel. As Clay picks herself up in the woods, she stumbles upon two of Ulrika's goons dumping a body. She sneaks closer and discovers it's Lexi, the plucky kid who had helped them earlier. Heartbroken and furious, Clay vows to take down Ulrika and her entire operation. This time, it's personal. Back at the base, things aren't looking great for Kat, and Mei-Lin either. They're tied up and at the mercy of Grigori's creepy bodyguard. But Kat, being the resourceful badass she is, manages to overpower him and free herself and Mei-Lin. Meanwhile, Clay sneaks back into the Citadel like a one-woman wrecking crew, taking out guards left and right. She even hijacks a truck, using it to get past the gates before slipping back into the shadows. As Kat and Mei-Lin make their escape, Grigori catches wind of the chaos and alerts Ulrika. Just then, an explosion rocks the base, because why not add more drama? Ulrika enlists Raven to help track down the escapees, and the chase is on. Kat manages to trap Grigori with some chains, because apparently, she missed her calling as a WWE wrestler. But Raven seizes Elise again and drags her toward a hidden tunnel. Mei-Lin, being the team's tactical genius, figures out that the tunnel probably leads to a nearby church. Clay races ahead and spots Ulrika, Raven, and Elise entering the building. Armed with a bomb detonator, Clay storms in and threatens to blow the place sky high. Raven, ever the skeptic, brushes it off as a bluff, but Ulrika isn't so sure. To play it safe, she shoves Elise toward Clay. With Elise back in their hands, Clay and the team make a mad dash to their getaway vehicle. Cue the high-speed chase. Rebels are hot on their heels, but Kat and Clay handle the gunfire like pros, taking turns picking off their pursuers. Eventually, they lose the rebels and head to an airport, where they find a plane Ulrika had stolen. Mei-Lin hops into the cockpit and gets ready for takeoff, but Ulrika and Raven show up in a jeep, determined to ruin their day. In true action movie fashion, Ulrika leaps onto the plane as it starts moving. Raven tries to keep up, but Mei-Lin tilts the aircraft just enough to send her crashing into a parked truck. Boom! Raven's out of the picture. Inside the plane, Ulrika goes full villain, firing at anything that moves. One bullet even grazes Mei-Lin, but she keeps the plane steady like the hero she is. With no weapons left, Kat and Clay engage Ulrika in hand-to-hand combat. Kat almost gets tossed out of the plane, but manages to hang on, while Clay finally gets the upper hand. Thinking quickly, Kat cuffs Ulrika to a crate filled with explosives. In a dramatic twist, the crate gets ejected from the plane, dragging Ulrika with it. The crate explodes on impact, taking Ulrika out for good. Guess she won't be making a comeback in the sequel. Meanwhile, back on the ground, CIA agents Mona and Bobby spot the plane wobbling its way toward the radar center. Bobby points out the incoming aircraft like it's the world's worst Uber ride, but Mei-Lin somehow lands it safely. As the dust settles, Elise thanks her rescuers and promises to have her dad reward them for their heroics. Hopefully, that reward includes a permanent vacation. And that's a wrap. If you enjoyed this recap, smash that like button, and if you didn't, hit the dislike button twice for extra emphasis. Go watch the full movie if you haven't already. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for more epic recaps like this one. See you next time.